Hi there everyone, I'm in Clifton this afternoon for another stage of the Salford Trail. This stage of the trail actually starts here at St Anne's Church on Manchester Road, although I decided to record my introduction somewhere a little bit quieter. The trail then heads out onto Clifton Moss. I actually really like the woodland and fields on Clifton Moss. Even though the motorway's not that far away, the trails here are noticeably less busy than similar paths nearer to Wardley or walked in. And if you watched some of my previous videos, you'll know I really like the enchanted woodland look. One of the things I find really fascinating about this particular stage of the Salford Trail is the way that it links up three communities in Clifton, Wardley and Roe Green that were either split or separated in some way by the construction of the motorway. I don't know about anyone else, but I find it quite difficult to visualise what a town like Clifton looked like before a 6 or 8 lane motorway was cut right through the middle of it. One consistent theme in all of the western stages of the Salford Trail is how in mere moments development gives way to open countryside. Unlike Clifton, Wardley wasn't split in two by the motorway so much as it was cut off. Wardley is historically part of the old Wardley urban district, but the motorway, and the subsequent local government changes, mean that most residents of my generation and younger would associate it more with Swinton to the east, rather than Wardley to the west. Now, when I recorded my Chat Moss video a couple of months ago, I talked about a second trig pillar in the city of Salford, which was destroyed when the motorway was built, now the M60. And this footpath here over Wardley Moss is about as close as you can get to the site of that old trig pillar, which is basically underneath the slip road to my right here. The path skirts the grounds of Grade 1 listed Wardley Hall, home of the Bishop of Salford, although you can't see the hall itself from the trail. There's a link in the description box if you'd like to find out more about the hall or the adjacent cemetery. Once you've crossed the A580, the trail gives you a choice. Either you can skirt the fields at Hazelhurst, or you can take the more direct route through Wardley Woods. Both routes have their merits, especially in the late spring and early summer when the fields are in full technicolor, but personally, I prefer the woodland stretch. The stage ends here in Roe Green, where I'll be getting back on the loop line to head home. Thanks so much for watching.